Hi, my name is Drayton Michaels. I'm a dog trainer and behavior technician, and I'm presenting this video on leash walking as a public service. Leash walking is a dance and a partnership. It is not a military-style exercise in force or obedience. The training takes place in an open environment, and anything can happen at a moment's notice. There are lots of distractions and potentials for training challenges, and to have less stress and more success, please watch this video as it will provide tips and insights for you and your dog to achieve less stress and more success during the leash walk. Please use a harness or a flat collar to walk a dog. Harnesses will evenly distribute the dog's body weight and in most cases not cause any harm or physical hindrances. Thus, the dog is more relaxed. Do not use choke, prong, or shock collars to walk a dog or for any other quote-unquote training. Your leash in city settings should be 4 to 6 feet in length. Your dog should be walking in front of you or on your side, not behind you. When you need your dog's attention in a hurry, make sure you use practice training cues and/or prompts, not leash jerks. The human's mechanics are the biggest variable on a leash walk. The choices you make in regards to the length of the leash, the associations the dog makes to sudden or not so sudden stimuli, or when and where you walk your dog all have a major impact on how your dog will respond when on the leash walk. The environment is always playing a large part of any dog's behavior. However, on the leash walk, the environment can change in a moment's notice, and humans need to know how to respond so the dog is making positive associations and the humans have better control both physically and by way of training. Leash mechanics are part of every step of the leash walking process, not just when the dog pulls or reacts. Here are some steps to help you. 1. Make sure your hand is through the loop and wrapped around the leash. 2. Be mindful of where the leash is at all times. Keep it in one hand or two with a firm grasp. 3. Lengthen and shorten the leash as needed. 4. Stop for excessive pulling and get a behavior before you move to the next scent. That scent is the reward. No food needed here. 5. Always consider the environment and the dog's history with the context when judging the behavior. There is a nuance to leash walking that comes with empathy, patience, and time dedicated to focused work on leash mechanics. Practice on all walks. The environment is crucial to the dog's behavior. We've all been on a dog walk where the dog is walking fine and then all of a sudden the dog starts pulling. That pulling is usually towards a scent they find very interesting. Or perhaps all of a sudden dogs start reacting. There's lots of hectic stimuli occurring on dog walks, such as skateboards, kids running, or dogs appearing suddenly. When dogs have stimuli appear suddenly in their line of sight, they usually orient in some way. The job of the humans walking the dog is to create positive associations to that stimuli and to create distances amenable for the dog to stay under threshold so they do not react. This is called counter-conditioning and desensitization. Desensitization is making the stimuli smaller or less intense by creating distance, using environmental blocking such as cars or trees, or managing out of stressful situations altogether. This way we can desensitize dogs to stimuli they find vexing. Counter-conditioning is when highly valued rewards, such as food, are paired with the sight or sound or even the smell of stimuli that the dog finds vexing in some way. No matter if the dog is fearful or frustrated, the counter-conditioning, when done consistently, along with management, usually results in a dog that is less reactive and less stressed. All behavior is contextual and subjected to the variables in the environment. By having a better awareness of the environment and practicing better leash handling skills along with desensitization and counter-conditioning, you should see a reduction in stress and an increase in success on your leash walks. Allow an abundance of smelling on your leash walks. This is how dogs learn about and associate to the world. Stop any and all startle or pain-based approaches to train the dog on leash. This means stop voice startle, hand jabs, choking, prong collars, shock collars, or leash jerks. All these do is create negative associations. Seeing as dogs generalize fear very easy, you do not want to create a dog that is generally afraid on leash. Teach your dog these cues. Ask for the cue, prompt if needed, then mark yes and reward the dog when they do the cue. Look. This gets the dog to look away from something and at you. Leave it. This is an all-around disengagement cue from anything you may need the dog to leave alone. Touch. This is a hand target for the dog to come over to you. These are 3 great ways to get your dog to focus on you when needed during the leash walk. Charge your prompts. This means have an arsenal of sounds like a kissy sound or a whistle, and when your dog tunes into you after you make that sound, mark yes and treat your dog so these sounds have value. You can train these cues and charge these prompts on any walk with the portion of your dog's food you would feed out of a bowl. Please walk a hungry dog and train while you are out on the leash walk. Human mechanics are crucial for stress reduction on leash. Here are a few tips on shortening and lengthening the leash that can really help teach your dog. First off, when your dog pulls, stop. Then do the leash walk up. It works like this. When the dog is tight and taut out on the leash, walk up the leash and shorten it. Then let it out incrementally as needed. Shorten the leash each time your dog stops to smell or do their business. Then start out each time on a short leash and let it out incrementally for relaxed walking. This also prevents the dog from jetting out from smell to smell. All this information is designed to help you and your dog achieve less stress and more success on leash walks and outings. If you'd like more information on leash walking and leash reactivity, please watch the other videos here on the Urban Dawgs YouTube channel. Stay tuned as we're going to have more videos in the future focused on leash walking and leash reactivity. You can also check out our new DVD, Dedicated, Organized, Gentle. It's 74 minutes of great information and even has a featured section on leash walking. Thanks for all the great feedback here on YouTube. Thanks for subscribing to our channel. This has been a Canine Sun Media presentation.